Hi there, these comments are for AK, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. And I am looking at your essays, so you are paying me to do a video correction of your entire essay. And I just read it. And right now, I may make an adjustment when I get done reading it, but I think a pretty good estimate right now is about 3.5 out of 5 or 22 points out of 30. You have some problems with word choice, sentence formation, I think. So it's mostly language use issues that are bringing your score down. So that's why I gave you the score that I did. Now, the question is, this is your score, right? Now, what do you have to do in order to get a perfect score on this particular writing prompt? And this is an independent writing prompt. So during the video, I will make some corrections. I'll even add some information. I may delete some things. But the main thing is, I'm going to show you how to get 5.5 out of 5 or 30 points out of 30 based on what you wrote. Not what I'm saying. All right, so I think this is going to be important. Now, as I go, I encourage you to get a sheet of paper out and take some notes, because I will make some recommendations as I move through your paragraphs. All right, let's take a look at your first paragraph here. So I will make some corrections here. I don't think there are is even needed here, so I'm going to get rid of that. A great number of qualities may be useful for a person to achieve success. But the most important of them are intelligence, perseverance, and curiosity. A person who possesses these qualities is likely to become a prominent member of society. I like it. However, I did get rid of some things. And I'm going to show you some things you can do to strengthen this paragraph. So first of all, this introductory paragraph is a little bit short, right? So we want to expand this out a little bit. I'm going to show you exactly what you could do here. In this first paragraph, I am going to create, I'm going to raise a topic a little bit more before we get to your thesis, right? So I've expanded this paragraph to about 100 words. Let's take a look at it. So we are 97 words, right? So it says, once many students complete high school, they will choose a university, pick a major, and study diligently to increase their chances of becoming successful. If they get high marks in their classes, complete an internship with a respectable company, and develop effective interviewing skills, they will increase their odds of being successful in their careers. In fact, a great number of qualities may be useful for a person to achieve success, but the most important of them are intelligence, perseverance, and curiosity. A person who possesses these qualities is likely to become a prominent member of society. Right, so that's what I would do with this first paragraph. So I reduced some of what you said, and I added to your topic and expanded it to about 100 words. All right, so let's take a look at your next paragraph. Okay, let's take a look at this. And so the first quality, how about determining success? I'd like to point out that's not needed. You're just taking up space, but you're not doing anything with the writing. We get rid of it. So the first quality determining success is intelligence. Which I'm going to combine these two sentences using an adjective clause, which may be inherited from parents or built up over a person's childhood and adolescence. In both cases, put the S here with your plural noun. If a person is intelligent, he or she will easily build a network of friends and will likely, and after the word likely, you don't want to use infinitives after modal auxiliary verbs. You want to use the base form of the verb. So take notes on that. so will likely make considerable progress in his or her studies and work. For instance, I would just say recent, not the. Recent studies have subject-verb agreement issue here. Recent studies have revealed that people with IQs of 140 or higher may easily manage a team of professionals because of their expertise. I wouldn't say expertise. Let's say high cognitive. I'm going to say cognitive skills here, not necessarily expertise, because you're trying to illustrate the idea of intelligence. We'll say Hewlett. Yeah, I think that does it. So we're developing this paragraph just a little bit more. Where are we at? Yes, that's perfect. So to illustrate, I have a friend who is highly intelligent and after finishing school got a job at Hewlett Packard as a supervisor over a software team of computer engineers. I just made it up. But I made up the example to help illustrate this idea that you just said, recent studies, and you're using this personal example to support that idea. All right, so let's take a look at this paragraph one more time. The first quality determining success is intelligence, which may be inherited from parents or built up over a person's childhood and adolescence. In both cases, if a person is intelligent, he or she will easily build a network of friends and will likely make considerable progress in his or her studies and work. For instance, recent studies have revealed that people with IQs of 140 or higher may easily manage a team of professionals because of their high cognitive skills. To illustrate, I have a friend who is highly intelligent and after finishing school got a job at Hewlett Packard as a supervisor over a software team of computer engineers. There we go. So we're done with this paragraph. All right, let's keep going. So the second quality, and I'm going to get rid of all this. So one thing I really want you to work on, you have a tendency to use a lot of words that don't really do very much for the writing. So instead of using all those unnecessary words, like in this paragraph, try to use another example or something to illustrate your idea. So here, the second quality crucial for success is perseverance. So I'm going to get rid of the word very and just say even an intelligent person may fail to achieve success in life if he or she lacks, and I don't think you want to say lacks of perseverance, just use the verb and then the noun after that. I think lacks is a transitive verb, which means it takes an object, not a preposition. For example, you say if a child, I'm going to use here present tense. If a child inherits a prominent intellect from his or her parents but cannot stand his or her ground, on the chosen way, he or she will unlikely to achieve the same thing. I want you to watch out here. Look at the modal here. You got to get this into your brain right now. When you're using will, you cannot use an infinitive after it. Now, go to the grammar part of my course. There is a lesson on gerunds and infinitives. So, number one, you want to make sure you understand how to use infinitives because you're not demonstrating that mastery in your writing right now. So, again, go to grammar, study gerunds and infinitives. So, he or she will unlikely achieve success in life. By that, I mean, you see, here's the problem. This whole idea doesn't really do much to develop this idea. So I'm going to tell you, you got to really kind of rewrite this whole paragraph here. So we're going to have to work on this for a minute. All right, so I went ahead and did some work on this paragraph. So you'll notice I actually made some huge changes. I added a lot of depth to your paragraph. So let's see what I did. The second quality crucial for success is perseverance. Even an intelligent person may fail to achieve success in life if he or she lacks perseverance. For example, if a child inherits a prominent intellect from his or her parents, he or she will unlikely achieve success if the child gives up every time he or she experiences difficulty. For example, my friend Miko, who is currently practicing as a pharmacist here in the United States, is smart, but still had difficulty scoring higher than 26 and 24 in the speaking and writing sections of the exam. In fact, Miko took the TOEFL exam 12 times and finally persevered on the 13th attempt by reaching his desired overall score and subtotal scores in the reading, listening, speaking, and writing sections. So I even may say this. How about this? Had Miko not persevered, during his time of difficulty, he would not be a practicing How about successful too? Successful, practicing, there, that makes it exactly. You see what we have here? So we added, I added all of this into your paragraph to add some depth to your idea, and it really illustrates the argument you're trying to make about how intelligence is not the only thing, but perseverance in addition to intelligence is also important in a person's success. All right, so let's go to your final paragraph here. All right, let's go to your final paragraph. So again, I'm going to get rid of the word I think. So a person should possess at least some degree of curiosity. How about this? So to attain success, a person should possess at least some degree of curiosity. And I'm going to get rid of this. Whenever you have the last word of one sentence and the first word of this next sentence as the same, you got to combine those. You're using very simple, basic grammar. But if you say this, to attain success, a person should possess at least some degree of curiosity, comma, the real driving force of progress in any field, and also an integral characteristic of successful people. So that's good. So I've given you more advanced grammar. Your grammar is a little bit basic, so I'm showing you some things that you can do in order to strengthen your writing. And I'm going to get rid of, I would be careful about the word you. That's typically too informal for this type of writing. So you say, for instance, if someone is a management accountant, he or she should always try to find correlations between the figures. And I'm going to change between to among. Why is that exactly? Usually between, we use it to talk about two ideas, but among is used to talk about three or more. So I'm assuming that the figures, it's more than two figures. So I'm going to say find correlations among the figures representing a company's activities. Alan Greenspan, a former U.S. Federal Reserve chairperson, is a vivid example of such kind of curiosity which led to success. He was constantly observing the relationships I'm going to say among. I don't know what happened there. Market indicators managed to hold the national inflation rate. I'm going to put at, not on, at a decent level over a long period. This is a good paragraph. This one. Maybe your best one. And why is that exactly? I'm going to tell you. Yeah, this is 100 words, but this idea here, you talked about finding the correlations and things, and then you brought up Alan Greenspan. That was very, very good. There's nothing I can really add to that paragraph because this paragraph has a very, very specific detail in it, so it's very concrete, and it really helps suggest the idea of curiosity. So there's nothing that I really need to do to add to that. So let's go to your final paragraph. So to conclude, everyone may compete for success in life based on different characteristics, but the most successful people are intelligent, yeah, I think on this one we have to do a little bit of work with your grammar here. Let's go back to the beginning, how you did this. So you have intelligence, perseverance, and curiosity. So what you're doing at the end, you're using different word forms, which you certainly can do. So persevere is a verb. So successful people are intelligent, persevere, and are professionally curious. So I'm using verbs. So are intelligent, persevere, and are professionally curious. So that was what I would do there. Okay, let's read your essay one more time. We may make a few more changes. And I'm going to be honest, I probably will not find every single error in your writing, but I will find 90% of them. All right, so once many students complete high school, they will choose a university, pick a major, and study diligently to increase their chances of becoming successful. If they get high marks in their classes, complete an internship with a respectable company, and develop effective interviewing skills, they will increase their odds of being successful in their careers. In fact, a great number of qualities may be useful for a person to achieve success, but the most important of them are intelligence, perseverance, and curiosity. A person who possesses these qualities is likely to become a prominent member of society. So far that's so good. The next one. The first quality determining success is intelligence, which may be inherited from parents or built up over a person's childhood and adolescence. In both cases, if a person is intelligent, he or she will easily build a network of friends and will likely make considerable progress in his or her studies and work. For instance, recent studies have revealed that people with IQs of 140 or higher may easily manage a team of professionals because of their high cognitive skills. To illustrate, I have a friend who is highly intelligent and, after finishing school, got a job at Hewlett-Packard as a supervisor over a software team of computer engineers. The second crucial quality for success is perseverance. Even an intelligent person may fail to achieve success in life if he or she lacks perseverance. For example, if a child inherits a prominent intellect from his or her parents, he or she will unlikely achieve success if the child gives up every time he or she experiences difficulty. For example, my friend Miko, who is currently practicing as a pharmacist here in the United States, is smart, but still had difficulty scoring higher than 26 and 24 in the speaking and writing sections of the exam. In fact, Miko took the TOEFL exam 12 times and finally persevered on the 13th attempt by reaching his desired overall score and subtotal scores in the reading, listening, speaking, and writing sections. Had Miko not persevered during his time of difficulty, he would not be a successful practicing pharmacist today. Now, this idea is important because it ties it back to what you said in the beginning, right? Finally, to attain success, a person should possess at least some degree of curiosity, the real driving force of progress in any field, and also an integral characteristic of successful people. For instance, if someone is a management accountant, he or she should always try to find correlations among the figures representing a company's activities. Alan Greenspan, a former U.S. Federal Reserve chairperson, is a vivid example of such kind of curiosity which led to success. This is very good for you. This is a terrific sentence. I love this. Notice how I didn't say, for example, before Alan Greenspan. There's no need to, because you already said this idea here. This is very effective for you. He was constantly observing the relationships among different market indicators and managed to hold the national inflation rate at a decent level over a long period. This paragraph right here, I'm telling you, this is brilliant. This is what you do in all three of your body paragraphs. Be very, very specific in the examples that you provide. That's going to get you 30 points out of 30, 5 out of 5. To conclude, everyone may compete for success in life based on different characteristics, but the most successful people are intelligent, persevere, and are professionally curious. I am now at my online TOEFL course, the same course you're using every day, right? So now the question is, what can you do, or what specific lessons in my online TOEFL course can help you improve your writing skills, right? So I do have some ideas here. Grammar lesson number 3, sentences with participial phrases. Grammar lesson number 4, sentences with appositives. Lesson number 6, sentences with adjective clauses. I think is going to be helpful. Lesson number 9, sentences with multiple clauses. Lesson number 12, word forms, I think is a good one for you. Another one, lesson 17, verb tenses, I think is a useful one for you right now. Now let's keep going here. Prepositions, lesson number 21. Another big one, gerunds and infinitives. You must look at this. Lesson 24. I think lesson 26, sentence variety. That's a good lesson for you. And one more, being more concise. Lesson number 27. So remember how I got rid of a lot of unnecessary words in your writing? That's why I want you to look at that lesson. Now, overall, you have a pretty good organization, right? You understand how to connect ideas, right? So let's go to writing for just a second, see if there's anything else that I need to add here. I think if you remember that paragraph that you used about Alan Greenspan, you use that. that will be a good example of what you need to do to develop your paragraphs. If you need any more help on that, go to writing lesson number 5.6. It's called Writing the Perfect Paragraph. That's probably a pretty good lesson for you too. And I think that's it. So there you go. So I took a look at your essay, right? This is what you wrote here. All right, so I took what you wrote and I changed it so that it would score 5.5 out of 5 or 30 points out of 30. So look over the example, look over the changes that I made. Now, the good news for you is I really believe that you have a good chance of getting 30 out of 30 because you don't have a lot of serious word choice or grammatical errors for the most part. You have pretty good control over your writing. You need to make sure you develop ideas a little bit more in all paragraphs. You need to so remember some of the changes I made in this video demonstration. So as you complete more writing practice tests in my course, try to incorporate some of these ideas into the practice tests that you're completing, and you will continue to improve your writing proficiency. All right, and thank you for doing this practice test.